What up, all my friends out there on YouTube? This is the free MJ7779 channel. It's been forever since I've made a video, and I'm going to start this video by apologizing on that. In the last 6 or 7 months, I've been slacking in a lot of aspects of my life, and most of that's, dealing with just not being as politically active or speaking and making videos like I should, or working on the freedom issues that I've talked about on this channel a lot. I've just really been slacking, and it's due to a lot of things. I've had a lot of issues and things maybe distracting me or making me disbelieve in my abilities, and I want to make this video to sort of say that I gotta quit that. That's why I'm making this. I'm making this video for me to confess that it's time to really get down to business. But what I'm really wanting to talk about on this video is what's happening here in Tennessee and across this country, and of course dealing with MJ, medical cannabis, marijuana, however you look at it. Here in Tennessee, we do have a normal organization chapter, the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws, and we've had one for the last 1.5 years, 2 years, which I've been active in the movement since 2009. I was really into the normal here in Tennessee until about 6 or 7 months ago, and that's when I had been able to make a trip to Nashville or to be a part of any of the meetings, and it's really been bothering me deep inside because it's something that I am so passionate about, and it's just I've had some abstractions that's kept me from that. I look at it as really the devil just trying to stop me and keep me distracted and keep me away from what I'm actually supposed to be doing. But yesterday, December 1st, there was a meeting in Nashville, which I didn't get to attend. I had a blowout on my car the day before, which, just another thing trying to keep me from it. But anyway, supposedly they had the most crowded and the best meeting that we've had in the last 2 years. Fox 17 News showed up there, the local news, and they interviewed our president of the chapter, and they did an article and a news special last night. But what I was wanting to do is read the article that they wrote on their website so you can get an idea of sort of what's going on in here in Tennessee and what we're trying to do, just so people can be, there's a lot of medical cannabis stuff going on around the country and laws being changed and this and that, but here's how we're trying to do it in Tennessee. This is what the article reads. The fight to legalize marijuana is once again headed to Tennessee's capital. One group behind it says the bill has a better chance of passing in 2014, and there are more reasons for it to pass here than ever. A 20-month-old Millie Madison suffers from debilitating seizures. Her parents and 2 older brothers are selling their family business and moving to Colorado, where it's legal. They're moving to Colorado to provide better care for her, a decision that wasn't easy. They're the guest of honor at the monthly Tennessee Normal meeting at Sunset Grill. The National Organization to Reform the Marijuana Laws is a ringleader of legalizing medical marijuana and cannabis, putting Tennessee in the same league as Colorado and other states which provide the drug without THC, but with increased levels of CBDs, a product that would help with Millie's epilepsy. Representative Sherry Jones in Tennessee is sponsoring the bill called the Safe Access to Medical Cannabis Act. Madison says which is the girl's dad, he has considered buying the marijuana and bringing it back to Tennessee to administer to Millie, but the risk is too great in a state where that's illegal. Madison says he is working on selling his business, and the family plans to move after Christmas. They're among hundreds across the country who have moved to Colorado for this treatment. So due to our laws here in Tennessee against this plant that God made, which is written about in the Bible, and we are the heart of the Bible Belt, due to the laws, there's a girl who has epilepsy, who has seizures, who needs medicine, which according in the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, Jesus healed a kid that had seizures, epilepsies, where he was thrown on the ground and would shake violently, and that Jesus healed them, which we know Jesus used oil and, the food, and he used God's healing measures to help these people. Well, it's amazing the stories and the science that's come out on seizures and the use of cannabis in the oil form, and it helping with these seizures, where most people take their kids to hospitals and do all these other treatments that we know don't really work. I mean, they have effects, but usually the effects just mask what is there and then create something else. Then you gotta have this to put with that, and then you're on all these medicines, and then we know the end result 90% of the time is these kids dying. I've been to the funerals, I've been pallbearers, I've been, it's affected me tremendously, and it's really bad here in Tennessee. We're some of the worst health in America, supposedly the second worst in America. And to me, it's ironic because we're in the Bible Belt and we supposedly have so many believers of what the Bible actually teaches. But if that was true, we would be living much more abundant lives. We would be living much more as Jesus was. But, I mean, there is a reason why they killed him at 33. And there's a reason why, so many people are being locked up in prison and being killed and not being allowed to live how we're allowed to live. There's a reason why they've made a plant that God made illegal, and people risk their lives to get it or to grow it or to take it medicinally, which I personally believe we're all imperfect and we all could benefit from it in some form or fashion. I mean, the plant has so many uses. I mean, making milk from the seeds, which don't have no THC in it, it's absolutely amazing. It's amazing what it does to your skin. There's nothing about smoking there. You're talking about making milk the same way you make almond milk, or the same way they make soy milk and different things, except it's hemp seed milk. And it's absolutely amazing, especially when you mix it with a little salt and honey, or a little salt and raw sugar or something like that. I personally like honey. But it's absolutely amazing, the benefits of it and what they've proven it does. Lubricating all your joints and just the effect of the milk. And that's something that needs to be talked more about too. A lot of people don't talk about when you're talking about medical cannabis. I think when you talk about medical cannabis, you shouldn't just think of buds and smoking. But that is what the majority of people think about, is, breaking down buds and smoking it. But that plant has so many uses. And here in Tennessee, it's so sad, because we should have preachers, we should have our church members, since there is so many. They should be the ones fighting it, but a lot of them are, anti it. They think it's a drug. They think everything that's illegal is what we're not supposed to be doing, and what's legal and what the doctor prescribes, because we're supposed to have doctors, that's okay to take. But then at the same time, we say we're supposed to have doctors. We claim we believe in this other doctor, which is with a capital D, who hung on a cross, who healed people. We claim to believe in his way, but then we don't follow his way. And Jesus said, "Why call me Lord, Lord, and not do the things I say and do?" It's like, well, we all call him, or not all, but all these Christians, and I'm one of them, call him Lord, but then when we look at the things he was doing, it's like, we don't do it that way anymore. We do it a little bit better now. Our medicine today is more proven than what they... No, folks. It's not better. We just need to actually learn what he was doing. And we need to learn the power of herbs, which the Bible talks about. We need to learn the power of the anointing oil, which the Bible talks about. It even gives it a recipe for in Exodus chapter 30, that Moses given. We need to learn that in the book of Revelation, when God said, for the angels to come and destroy everything, but do not hurt the new wine and the oil. That's two things during the end of times that he's leaving so it's not destroyed. Because we come to a fork in the road. What are you going to choose? Are you going to choose to listen to man and everything they supposedly know? Do you know their teachers? Were they taught by God, or were they taught by demons? I mean, that's up to you. You're going to come to that fork in the road where you got to make a decision. And the decision you want to make is the one that is least popular. I promise. You want to make the one that is least popular. The one that is going to challenge your faith. The one that is going to work. And it is that straight and narrow. That's why I'm saying it's the least popular. Wide is the gate to destruction. And everybody chooses that gate to destruction. And people aren't getting to live their abundant lives. And we're in some of the worst times ever on health. And me personally, I just feel inspired to talk about this. I make bad decisions. I don't eat perfectly. But I'm trying my best. And I grew up, just like most people, eating this American diet very unconsciously and very asleep. But I'm trying to come out of that, and it's very difficult because these foods are made to be addictive. They're made to really hurt us, and then we're taking them medicines. Because when we go to the doctor and we don't understand what happened, when maybe all we needed to do was water fast for a couple of days, quit eating. You've overate and poisoned yourself, and you got sick. Maybe you just don't need to eat for a few days and drink water, but instead we want to eat, and then we go take this medicine. Then we get into this cycle. We don't want to get into that cycle. You don't want to get into that cycle. Us here in Tennessee, a group of us, we are fighting to get out of that cycle. We're fighting to have the right to get out of that cycle. As they put this health care bill and all these requirements on us, there is going to be an opening. There will be an escape for the believers. It says there will always be an escape. So, even though the Bible says everybody will take the mark of the beast and all that, it also talks about there will be an escape. When it says that everybody will take it, I feel that is everybody of the world will take it. The true believers, the people who believe in what the Word says, they will not accept it. And they'll either be killed or they will prevail, because we will bring it back. We will bring back the real message in the gospel. That's what's going to happen. When a lot of people have to die, a lot of us, yes. A lot of us have been for a long time. But what's happening is wrong. It's evil. It's sad. And it's sad that a family's moving halfway across the country and leaving everything, but at the same time, at least that option's there, I guess, for them to do that, but they're having to risk it all for their daughter, and that's really shows what love is for them, because they don't believe in the system. They've studied it, they've seen that it don't work, but they've seen that so many people are being helped, with these diseases by using medical cannabis, by using a natural plant that grows from this earth, that comes from a seed that God said is good. Plain and simple. Man has said is bad. Man has had propaganda for 70, 80 years, possibly thousands of years. We don't know how history's been altered, but the last 70 or 80 years has been nothing but lies against this plant, because we had to get set up for the mark of the beast to get people to accept it. But that's the fork in the road. That's when we get to the fork in the road. And people must understand, you're either going to choose the mark of the beast or you're going to choose the tree of life. And the tree of life, it's got cherubims of fire that surrounds it. So that's why it's straight and narrow to go that way. You're going to have to be tested. You're going to have to go through the fire if you want to make it on that path. And then eventually be taken, to heaven, because you chose the right path while you were in the flesh. So I'm just trying to get people to look over here instead of where everybody else is looking. It's like, oh, this is just what we do, this is just what we do. We give our kids 46 vaccinations before, they got to start kindergarten. That's just what we do because that's the law. Nah, it ain't the law. Think about who's behind the sorcery. Think in the end time when sorcery rules the world. The whole world is deceived by sorcery. Sorcery is pharmaceutical medications. Plain and simple. Look up the root of sorcery. Look up the history of sorcery. People who want to tie it to cannabis and say that's sorcery, it's silly. You disprove the Bible that you believe in. If you really believe in it, read it all, put it together from Genesis to Revelation, pray on it, and throw away your commentaries with other people, and let the Spirit teach you what it means. And you will know. You will know. You will see it. It's very clear. The prophets were all on it. Jesus, of course. And you got to understand Moses to get Jesus. So you're going to have to get Exodus. I'm going to put on this video. We're going to do it. Anybody who believes, we got to do it. We got to all do it together. Peace and love. That's the only thing that will change the world. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned for more. I'm going to get more back into making videos. Thank you.